All right, I'm going to do a morning talk show because tonight we'll be airing a collab. But my sister said, where are you this morning? Are you okay? Yes, I'm okay. I was just waiting for my collab at 5 tonight with, there's 7 of us doing it. And so I didn't think how people would be looking for me this morning and not find it. So I'll just do a quick talk show and post it so you can watch that while you're waiting for the collab tonight. All right. I got a card from Gloria Jocelyn. And it was a very nice card. And with these other pray always with Christ on it. And what things soever you desire when you pray, believe that you receive them and you shall receive them. These beautiful cards. Thank you, Jocelyn. She writes a wonderful letter. She's from Illinois. Okay, I'm going to add that to my collection of cards. All right, I'm so relieved. What have I been doing? All right, I'm going on a cruise with Trevor's family, David and Amy, and Tyson's family. And so we're all going on a cruise March 30th. So I've been worrying because I couldn't get my plane tickets. You have to, get there at the right time, but you want a little leeway. And then when you get off, you can't get off the cruise, so you can't book a flight too early that morning. You have to have it like afternoon. So I was having a dickens of a time trying to find the right timing for all of that. Finally, I just went to Carnival, through them, Fun to Fly, and booked my plane tickets through them because they have the right times of the right planes. It might have cost $100 more to fly, but at this point I didn't care because I've been looking for weeks. So it's all set. I printed out the papers and I'm so relieved. I still have to check, the timing. Is it AM or PM? Is it on the right day? Is it on the right time? I think I'm set. All right, I'm excited because I ordered, if you could see my mess down here, I'd show it to you, but I don't want to get the camera and show. But anyway, it's kind of a mess, but not really. Every one of my little projects, like my diamond glitters, they're in one baggie, and my nails in another baggie, and my makeup, and I don't know. Everything's in baggies, and it's all down here. And so it's a mess, and it especially looks a mess to other people. But to me, it's organized because they're all in baggies down there. Well, I got to thinking, this table right here that I have right here is a round glass top table. I imagine it's supposed to be an end table for the couch or whatever. I have 2 of them. Jamie has one over there. I bought them off of Misty's list, so they weren't very expensive. But it doesn't have shelves underneath. And so it's a lot of wasted space for junk to be thrown under there and stuff. So I went on Amazon and I measured the exact size I need, and I found it's supposed to go in your closet, like underneath the clothes, but it's the exact right size, a white shelf, and it has shelves. Anyway, I can put my baggies on, it's gonna go this way and the shelves face out, and I can put my baggies on those shelves. They're organized. I don't have to do too much to organize. It's all ready. I just need to, and it's going to be much better. So I'm excited for that to come, but it's not till January 10th or something. It's forever. It seems like it's forever away. Of course, January 10th, let me change my calendar. Oh, I can't. The year is up on my calendar. Throw it away. Anyway, it'll be coming up. All I have to do is wait. So I'm excited to get that shelf and get this mess down here cleaned up so that my thought is to walk through to my bed. But when I have all these baggies down here, and I can't cook them over because Anyway, I can't wait to organize that. And then on my J. Osmond table over here, yes, he was my friend and he was selling this, and so I spotted it. But it's a dressing table, and I have a small dresser underneath, and then those little suitcases you could buy from Temu, and each one has stickers, one has jewelry, one has makeup that I'm not using, and they're under there. So it's not a bad look, but I thought I'm going to make a skirt, and like a dressing table skirt, and put it up there and tack it underneath, and it will hide that mess and it will look better. Am I getting rid of anything yet? No, but I will. How is my gastric bypass going? Oh, every day I feel better and better. I have a little tinge of the stabs that were done to me, but I can move and not, go ouch or anything. It doesn't hurt. And then my energy level's feeling much better. I'm making sure I get my protein in. I'm still on the thick liquid diet, which they say you can have applesauce. And I haven't had any yet. I might spring open one of Jamie's applesauces that he canned a million of. And I've been eating, what did I eat? I made some sugar-free pudding with almond milk, because I'm still dieting, but I need the protein. So I bought a can of clam chowder, and I told Jamie, I just want a little bit of the broth that's in it. You can have cream of mushroom or cream of chicken soups, but I hate those out of a can. To me, they're not very good. So I thought if I have some of that broth, and there's protein because of the clams. So he was so nice. He drained the juice off. I told him, you can eat all the potatoes and clams that are in it. I don't know if he did or not. But anyway, the other night he brought it up to me. If I hadn't been married to him, I would have married him right then. That warm bowl of broth, thick broth, it was just hit the spot, went down so good. You can't eat very much because your stomach's smaller now. And I wanted to make sure it went through okay. Everything's doing fine and functioning well, if you know what I mean. Bathroom. So anyway, I'm excited about that. And what does the scale say? I'm not going too heavy duty on it, on what the scale says all the time, because a lot is a lot. What do I mean by that? When you weigh a lot, you look at the scale, you can't tell if you lose 3 pounds because, you're still a lot. So I'm not getting too excited about it. But, after surgery, all that whole week, you lay on the bed and your stomach, it just feels like it's distended. And so I'm sure it's swollen and it has air in it still and everything from surgery. But last night I'm laying on the bed and I could feel my stomach was actually down a little. The swelling's going out. And you can't show anybody because it doesn't show. But I told Jamie, it just feels like it's going back to normal. But I'm sure all the insides and stuff are swollen from their trauma. So it feels better. Like before, I could never hold my waist in because it was just full of swollen air stuff. But now I can hold it in and feel it going in. I don't know if you can get it, but anyway. So I weighed on the scale this morning and it was down. I'm down 7 pounds, but don't get excited because I'm still heavier than I was when I started before my cruise. So when I get to the before cruise weight, then I really will start counting down my weight because it was the same weight. My body likes to weigh one thing. After I had all my babies and everything, I would always plateau at that one weight. And as an adult, grown, old lady weight, it always liked that same weight. I had to diet to make it lower and then eat nothing to keep it there. So now when I get to that point, I can start counting or something. I'll feel. Now, I haven't really worn any clothes that I could tell because, the belly's distended. So I haven't done any of that stuff. And Misty said, did you take your measurements? Because I did before I left. No, I haven't done that either because big is big. That's what I just say. It doesn't matter. We've had snow for days and Jamie's tractor's broken. And so our bishop of our church has come to plow our driveway, which we appreciate so much. But today's the day. The guy got the part yesterday, so he's going to come and fix Jamie's tractor today. Jamie's also ordered a new blade on his tractor, which I know he's excited for because the old blade sucked. I don't know how much it costs. At some points, you don't even care what it costs. You just want it. So it's not, I don't care. But anyway, we'll be back in business with our own plowing of our own driveway. And so that's going to be joyful. Stupid word. It's going to make us happy to be independent again and not have to rely on someone else. Let's see what else. The collab tonight is with these ladies that I didn't really know them ahead of time. I think they kind of know each other. I didn't know Trisha. She always comments for me. But the others, I didn't really know. So I had to go watch them to see what their channels were all about. So I don't have a lot of time to watch a lot of YouTube channels. Why don't I? What am I doing? I do try to do a project every day and get out of the bedroom and go to town. And, you know, it's like, how much TV do you watch? I don't know. And then I always watch my regular things that I watch, the news, and I don't know what I watch. But anyway, so I haven't really watched these ladies much. But I had to if I was going to collab with them. So I did do that. And they're ladies just starting out, and they're cute, and I wish the best for them. Tyson's wife, her birthday, Cindy, it's coming up. Next Monday, I think. And, you know, we're spoiled now. We can just text them and Venmo the money. You know what I mean? I was going to mail a card and everything. I guess I could still have time to do that. But she's such a beautiful girl. I'm so glad they found each other. I love her. And so it's going to be her birthday. And then anyone else's? Oh, her son, Logan's birthday's this month. It's this big old family. We didn't have any January birthdays much until Tyson married her. So her birthday's coming up, and I heard her mom has started to watch my channel. So hi, Cindy's mom, if you're watching. I'm getting a few new subscribers, which makes me so happy. But it went up to 6,270, however many that is. Do the math. 50 or something. Anyway, I'm so excited. Maybe the collab tonight will get me a few more because, you know, every YouTuber's goal is to get more subscribers. It's a game we play. And a thumbs up if you haven't seen my thumbs up. Thumbs up. Isn't it cute? I ordered this from Temu, but it weighed nothing. It kept falling over. So I took the bottom off and I filled it with plaster and let it dry and put it back together. And now mine's heavier than yours. And so that was good. I like to do things like that. Make things better than they were. Okay, what else? We don't have any colds. That's good. I don't want Jamie to get a cold this winter. Brianna, my granddaughter, contacted me. She's going to make a birthday cake, a layer one, and she wants to decorate it. So she's sick. She has a cold. So could you put the cake pans and the tips and bags to decorate out the door so I can come and get it? So I got to go do that. Then I want to try the stain on my window box Jamie made me. I cut the cushions apart last night. It worked perfect like Jamie said it would. So I haven't sewn them because I haven't got my sewing machine out to do that feat yet, which maybe next week. But I have new fabric. I think I have some fabric I want to put on it. So I don't want to sew that back yet. But I want to test the stain on there to see if it's a good color I got. So that's going to be a project I want to do today. I should do laundry. but you know, I could probably go 3 weeks more without doing laundry and be fine, because I'm an overconsumptor. Is that a word? Consumptor? Consumptorist. I'm an over shopper, and so I have many underwears, bras, outfits. I can go for a very, very long time, which is a good feeling, but I have to have a big drawer for it. Okay, let's see. Was I going to talk about anything else? I love all your comments. There's one lady that always comments kind of in a negative way, but I kind of like reading it. Not going to block her or anything, because I kind of like reading what she has to say. And the other day when Jamie and I went to town to get the eggs, and I said I didn't want to get out and go get them because I had these brand new slippers on. And she goes, why would you wear slippers in the snow? All right, let me get this straight. My car is in the garage, so when I walk to the car, I don't have to walk in the snow. And I thought of the whole time, I'm going to have Jamie go to the door so I don't have to. But these slippers are hard. They have soles about this thick, hard ones. And they're like suede on the top, and they're like a beige. So I didn't want to get them dirty. And they're like Uggs is what they're like. So they were warm and everything, and I could walk outside with them. It's just that I didn't want to get them, they're brand new, and I didn't want to get them dirty. And my whole thought was I wanted Jamie to go to the door, not me. So that's why I said, I have my slippers on, pretending that they were real little house slippers. But she had to make the comment, who wears slippers you know, they're like Uggs. They're just slip-on ones. They're comfy. But anyway, she always makes good comments. And you know, I have a spy out there. I don't know who it is. And you can't tell by the little insignia of who each person is. But they're a spy for I'm not supposed to say his name, one of my husband's sons. And they report to him if I bring him up or if I say anything on here about him or do anything. Now, I don't know who the spy is or who's watching me that, you know, is doing that. So do I have to be careful? One guy I told about it, I said, yeah, he said if I mention him again, he'll sue me. Which, if you sue the wife of your dad, doesn't that mean you're suing your dad too? But anyway, I laugh. I told this one guy, and he has a YouTube channel. He knows a lot about it. And he goes, he said he'll sue me if I talk about him. And he goes, well, then I would mention his name in every video. So that's funny. But no, I won't. My goal is not to make an enemy from him. My husband loves him to death, and he calls him and wants to talk to him. But the kid always wants to hang up, and he is busy. He's got to go. Does he know that his dad doesn't have many years left? Now, if, you know, I knew in my parents' last days, didn't you want to talk to them all you could? Don't you say now, oh, if I could just have 15 more minutes on the phone with my parents to talk to them. You would give anything for that. And I always spread that message out. You don't know when they're going to die, so you better treat them every day good so that you won't have any guilt, like, oh, and he wanted to talk to me and I didn't even listen to him. My kids are so good at listening to Jamie, and I'm telling you, Jamie tells them some boring stuff. And little Connor, he's just sitting there listening to everything Grandpa says, and I know he's thinking, I want to go. I can't get away. How can I don't want to hear about these electrons and protons and mass and black holes. So my family didn't inherit interest in physics much because they came from me. But they're always polite to Jamie, and they listen to him, and it's so nice of them to do that because Jamie's not always going to be here. I'm not always going to be here either. It's not like I'm putting a death sentence on him and not myself. And everyone needs to realize all of our parents are going to die someday. Prepare yourself. Yep, they're going to die. So do not be so surprised. And so now if your child dies, then that's a big issue and surprise and everything. But our old parents, of course, they're going to die someday. So prepare yourself. Don't become a hoarder because your parents died. Don't become so distraught. They're probably happier on the other side than they are here because they were miserable. But I want to live to be 20 more years. 90. I think 90 is a good age to die. And then, like, oh, they're 92, they died. Well, they're lucky they didn't die at 70. They lived a long life. You can't feel sad for them. Everybody's going to die someday. You only feel sad for yourself because you're left behind missing them, and sad that you were neglected to call them in the last days and talk to them. See, that's like my brother. I was talking to him on my birthday, and he always calls me on my birthday. For years, he's always saying happy birthday to me. I have to listen to that whole horrible song because I hate that happy birthday song. It is overdone. And people sing it so slow, like it's the death march. Happy birthday. Speed it up. When we sing it here, I tell everybody, sing it fast. It's supposed to be joyful. But anyway, he said, I don't know how the subject came up when I was talking to my brother, but he said that a few times he's had premonition to call some old person that he knows, and he neglected to. He said, I think he said it happened 3 times and they died. And he said, so I do not want to ever put that in the back seat and not pay attention to that feeling I had that I should call them and see how they're doing. It happened to me once, my friend. He was my friend for 25 years, 30 years, 35 years. Anyway, he had a daughter the same age as Emily, and we never were anything but friends. But he had a wife. He never married her, but he called her his wife. And I had a husband. And anyway, we were just really good friends. And he had diabetes. Plus, he was an alcoholic. And so we would call each other and talk once in a while, once a month or so. And I had the premonition. Well, he called me one time and said he wasn't doing very well. Well, when he usually said that meant financially he wasn't doing very well. So when he told me that, I just thought, yeah, budget better or something. Then I found out 3 weeks later, Trevor called me and said, did you hear he died? And I hadn't, of course. He didn't call me that he was dying. But anyway, it was very sad that I did not go with my premonition that I should call him and see how he's doing. And then there's no do-overs. So if I leave a message today with you, it's go call somebody that could be sick or old, or you're thinking about them. Don't procrastinate, because we never know. If his son gets this message, then from the spy, maybe he should call and listen to his dad once in a while. His dad wanted to tell him all about the tractor and everything. I said, you didn't tell? Well, no, he wouldn't let me. He had to go. He was too busy. You're never too busy for some things. And I know Jamie loves him, and, it's his pride and joy. And so I don't hate him. I'm still making my bed every day. I'm still getting dressed. I'm still living like a person, even though I had surgery. So, I don't know about people who just go to bed and don't do anything. I can't live like that. It makes me feel very unproductive if I don't do anything every day. So I'm still functional. And do I regret gastric bypass, drastic bypass? No. You know what I'm talking about. I do not dread it one bit yet. The only thing I miss, I'm going to tell you and confess it, the only thing I miss so much is a potato chip. Why can't they make broth potato chip flavor? Loaded potatoes or something. And then that's the only thing. And it seems like your liquid diet's always sweet stuff. Sugar-free popsicles, yogurt or pudding. What else? Sugar-free non-carbonated drinks. And then the protein, I keep burping, the protein shakes. So then the broth's the only thing you can eat that's savory. And I keep thinking, well, what else could that be? Nothing. So they need to invent something else that's soft, savory. I don't know what it would be. I'm even looking forward to tuna. I thought, could you put tuna in a, because I got to have protein. Could you put tuna in a blender? How would that be? Might be horrible. And my bruises are healing. They're getting lighter and more yellow. So you can tell by the videos how long it's been since surgery by the color of the bruises. I should wear long sleeves, I guess. But it's not makeup. It's a real bruise. At least they didn't bruise my face. Could be worse. Oh, my sister-in-law, one time she had a baby, and she got up by herself to go to the bathroom soon after, and she fell. And then her face, she had a black eye and stuff after having the baby. That was sad for pictures, but nothing damaging or permanent. Good thing. And it's hot in here, 76. Turn that cove heater off and open a window. Sometimes you need a window open even when it's cold outside. All right, I'm rambling on enough, and it's been 28, almost 30 minutes. So that's probably enough for you to listen to me. I'm posting this in a couple of hours from when I made it, so you'll get to hear it. Now I got to edit it because I said a few things I wasn't supposed to say, and I blew my nose, and I coughed. So I got to edit those out so you don't have to hear how imperfect I am. Imperfect that I am. Because that one lady doesn't like to see me touch my nose, and they don't like to hear you coughing. I wonder if that lady touches her nose. I bet she has a tissue all the time, just, you know. Can't be perfect. Okay, have a good day and watch that collab tonight, especially mine. And I haven't watched the others either because we're all supposed to publish them at 5 tonight. Eastern Standard Time. Is that what you call it? I'm Mountain Time, so mine will be a little later for us here. Okay, goodbye.